let's look at the colors, and then the time comes for you to choose your color. And some of these colors are just so cool because they express different emotions, and you may have noticed these colors meanings on your daily basis, on your interaction with different brands. But this is just a very good guide that could help you basically just understand and pick which one really fit for your brand, which one you're happy about, which one portrays that message about your brand. I mean, as you remember, you probably remember when I was talking about my brand, I initially was focusing on royalty because I wanted the hats are very royal thing. But then I decided to focus on ways of, like, for example, hope, growth. It's very personal for me, so I chose this color, and that's how the whole branding has basically been since then, relying on this color, and I really love it, and lots of my customers do the same. So pick the right one, the one that you love, and you will love it for the rest of the time when you start expanding your business. And here are some of the top tips on choosing your color. So colors could be, it needs to be timeless. Right now, for example, also it needs to be trendy. For example, right now the trend is pale color, but don't select just because it's trendy or you see it often. It's good to be contemporary, but they need to be timeless. And they will need to refresh from time to time. Could have a secondary palette and change after a while if you do not rely on it. So make sure you consider that as well. And then make sure that the color you're choosing is clear and legible, because brands, for example, want to use baby pinks, yellow, and if they're, it might not be legible. So make sure you focus on legibility, clear, and make sure it's as clear and simple as possible, because that's the most important thing. For example, I would give you an example of Netflix. You know, you often click on it, you see it's very simple, clear. That N, when you see it, you know that it's a movie night, it's a weekend, and I'm gonna go for it. So you could focus on it. I personally have focused on that as well. And what's important is also that it's distinguishable. So competitors use different, for example, red and yellow for fast food. So, you know, we make sure that it's very unique from the competitor, so that they're not almost the same, that there's no, that if somebody sees, they would see like, oh, this business is not unique enough, they've probably copied from somebody else, and that is probably not a good idea for the business. I know there are some examples, we'll look into it at some point. And here's an example for the reference. Also in your document, you will see this page, and all you need to do is, once you've decided on your colors, then you can see on the document itself, there's a link included as well, which will help you get the hex codes. And if you struggle, you can ask any of us. But then you can just bring in those hex codes here. You could screenshot them all together, or you could just write them down here, or you could just click and fill it up on this hex, on these bars here, which will help you basically have all the colors you want in your brand, and the designers will look into it for you as well. They will give you different options after they work on it. Yeah, and just some tips on these are like, some could be light, some could be dark, and there is the link. I think you also have it on your documents, but you could use a different link if you want. Those could generate different ones for you, and also make sure you use them to develop your mood board as well. I know there was a question about the color, so you could use some of these colors. Once you have decided on color, you could also work on your mood board. So mood board, I think you have on the Canva document, you also have a lot of references. If you scroll all the way down, you will see so many references. I think some of them reflect also the colors, so that would be another great help as well.